You know what I'm talking about? How y'all doing? You know what I'm talking about? Happy New Year's. You know what I'm talking about? How y'all out there doing on this Muscle Memory Monday? You know what I'm talking about? It's your partner, man. Who? It's your partner. You know what I'm talking about? What's good, people? Like, hee, ha ha. You know what I'm talking about? Ken in the pen. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, my folks incarcerated on the bottom of the game to the top of that thing. Man, did I say Ken in the pen? I don't know, but if I didn't, go get that stick up in stores. Now, you know what I'm talking about? Amazon going to order you one hardback. You know what I'm talking about? But all my folks in the penitentiary, you know what I'm talking about? All my folks incarcerated around the world. You know what I'm talking about? Keep that head up, though. We going to get through it to get to it. You know what I'm talking about? Worldwide. You know what I'm talking about? 2 times for the New Year's. Worldwide. You know what I'm talking about? And Doogie, Fresh, Mike, Lil Rue. Not Lil Rude. Lil Rue. You know what I'm talking about? All my folks on the that's incarcerated, man. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, hold on. Tata the player. That's who come next, bro. You know what I'm talking about, bro? And I almost forgot, man. Can't never forget about Tata the player. You know what I'm talking about? That's who comes next. You know what I'm talking about? Same thing, man. All my folks on the bottom of the game, all my folks on top of that thing. You know what I'm talking about? Keep that head up. Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it. You know what I'm talking about? Coffee Chronicles. Classic roast. You know what I'm talking about? Now let's get through these disclaimers, man. A good brother like myself, a good brother like myself. I don't promote no drug users. No. I don't promote no drug sellers. No. You know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no crime. No. You know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no violence. No. I don't promote no domestic violence. No. Keep your hands off the people. People, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Don't, you know what I'm talking about? Promote, you know what I'm talking about? No. Negativity. You know what I'm talking about? Nah. You know what I'm talking about? Man, I don't promote shit. All I promote is y'all go ahead and do what you're gonna do with your time. Make sure you find the right thing to do with it. We don't know how much we got. But a good brother like myself, I ain't prejudiced. No, I ain't got nothing against the sexually different. No, I ain't got nothing against the little people. No, you know what I'm talking about me. I ain't got nothing against nobody. You know what I'm talking about me. I love everybody. You know what I'm talking about? As a matter of fact, I'm on a quest. You know what I'm talking about? Bring that peace. You know what I'm talking about? That joy. You know what I'm talking about? And that love. You know what I'm talking about? Back to the YouTube community. You know what I'm talking about? How y'all doing, man? Is you with me? Come on, man. Fuck with your partner. Hey, man, check it out. Fuck with a nigga one time. You know what I'm talking about? Man, how y'all doing, man? You know what I'm talking about? On this muscle memory Monday, you know what I'm talking about? Man, I hope y'all bought the New Year's in right, man. You know what I'm talking about? I hope everybody was safe, made it home. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Happy New Year's, man. You know what I'm talking about? Here go another one. Shout out to everybody who ain't never laid down in the burning bed, but they air mattress still by the stove. 350. Bacon boil. Man, how y'all doing, man? Bray say where you been, man. I don't know. We gonna start this one, man. I almost came to you yesterday, man. I was watching some good football games. You know what I'm talking about? How y'all doing? I ain't gonna keep you long this morning. But this one right here gonna be Muscle Memory Monday, man. You know what I'm talking about? Now do y'all know what muscle memory is? You do, huh? Don't you? You know what I'm talking about? Now say you ain't worked out in hella long or something. You know what I'm talking about? But your body known for doing push-ups. You know what I'm talking about? It ain't gonna take you that long. You know what I'm talking about? Cause your body got muscle memory. You know what I'm talking about? You gonna connect. Now this muscle memory right here is a little different. You know what I'm talking about? It's mostly mental. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about that muscle memory in your head. You know what I'm talking about? Cause you know how we running around talking about them what's that shit, New Year's resolutions and all that shit. You know why a lot of times that shit don't work? Cause the muscle memory in your goddamn head won't allow you to do nothing else. You know what I'm talking about? It's that same shit, like doing the same shit and expecting a different result. Because your mind also has muscle memory. You know what I'm talking about? That's why it's important that if you're really trying to change yourself, that you're going to change yourself through your thoughts first. You know what I mean? Because the thoughts come before the actions. You know, you could say anything out your mouth. You know what I'm talking about? Like, that's what we all do anyway. You know what I'm saying? But saying something with your actions is just totally different. You feel me? And that's why this one's called Muscle Memory Monday. You know what I'm talking about? So if y'all some of them people with them New Year's resolutions, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't like that New Year's resolution shit. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, you know, Brett don't like nothing everybody else do. But I'm gonna tell you why I don't like that New Year's resolution shit. Because if I see something fucked up, I'm not waiting no year to change it. I'm just not, you know what I'm talking about? Fuck a New Year's resolution, man. I need a resolution as soon as I see that bullshit, you know what I'm talking about? I need to start fixing that shit at the moment I seen it, you know what I'm talking about? So you telling me I see some bullshit and I'm just gonna keep on behaving in the bullshit and I'm gonna say I'm just gonna try it next year. No, by the next year, man, you done indulged in that bullshit for a year, man. You done created muscle memory in your God. You gonna keep on with the bullshit, man, because you're used to doing it. You know what I'm talking about, man? Muscle Memory Monday. You know what I'm talking about? Your brain gonna be the biggest muscle you can exercise ever, man. You know what I'm talking about? That's gonna be the biggest muscle you can exercise ever, man. Shout out once again to my brother Bob. You know what I'm talking about? Thank you, brother. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man, it's hard to change, y'all. Oh, it's hard to change. Because you gotta realize that's like why we be so fucked up conditioned. You gotta think, because they've been telling us this bullshit since we was little kids, you know what I'm saying? So you've already conditioned on this bullshit. You know what I'm talking about? You ever heard somebody say, man, my mama told me, you know what I'm talking about? I mean, that's cool if your mama was smart. You know what I'm talking about? What if your mama was dumb as a motherfucker? Your mama just told you some dumb ass shit, you know what I'm talking about? That you believe is not no dumb ass shit because your mama told you. You know what I'm talking about? Piping hot. You know what I'm talking about? But why it's so hard to change is because if you don't change it in your head, man, you actually 42 faking with yourself. You ain't doing nothing but covering it up for the rest of the world, but you still think the same way. You know what I'm talking about? So it's a good chance you probably in front of everybody, it look like you doing the right thing, but when you by yourself, you probably indulging in them same dumbass thoughts. You know what I mean? That's why it's Muscle Memory Monday. You know what I'm talking about? You got to create new muscle memory, man. You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to live a life so I can forget all the other shit that I done been through, man. Now you know how hard that is. But man, we here on Earth. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to God. Thank you, God, for letting me see another year. You know what I mean? But like I say, I don't celebrate shit like that, man, because I be just trying to change myself every day for the better. You feel what I'm saying? And I ain't waiting no year to change myself. You know what I'm saying? As hard as it is to change, bro, it just is. And the hardest thing to change is the way your ass think. You know what I'm talking about? Because you could be all good. That's why motherfuckers from the army be coming back so fucked up. Because all they know how to do is shoot and shit when they hear loud noises. You feel me? That's why they be having, I'm not making fun of they problem. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? Make a joke of that, whatever it's called, that SP. But like on some real shit, bro. It be a lot of people having that shit, bro. You ain't got to go to the army to have that PSD, man. Niggas is having that shit from the urban community, man. You know what I'm talking about? Motherfuckers just traumatized. You know what I'm talking about? On some real shit. You ain't got to go to the army to have that shit. And we be traumatized, bro. And running, we be traumatized like a motherfucker just running around like it's normal, man. A lot of us might need to go talk to somebody about that shit, man, for real. For real. But muscle memory, man, look, bro, just a rambling again. Ain't the first one of the year, man. Y'all happy to see, bro? You know what I'm talking about? There you go. But muscle memory. And if you could, man, fuck them New Year's resolution and all that shit, bro. Look, if you see your ass is having a problem with the way you think, the way you moving, man, you might just want to sit down somewhere and go over it, run a game past yourself. You know what I'm talking about? Because, like, on some real shit, bro, like some of the shit that we indulge in, I don't think we understand the consequences of that shit a lot of times. You know what I mean? And it's like, what I'm trying to say, man, listen, once your ass is in trouble, young man, young sis, your ass is in trouble. You know what I'm talking about? I know we watching all these videos and we watching motherfuckers running around the corner with masks and they got double drums on they shit and you just see the video, they shoot a motherfucker, then jump in the bins and it ain't like that for real, bro. You know what I'm talking about? It ain't like that for real, bro. 9 times out of 10, when you done let that gun off, you got 50 million motherfucking different camera angles of how you let that motherfucker off. Just remember that before you let that motherfucker off. You know what I'm talking about, man? It's just let's try to get back to the peace, y'all. You know what I'm talking about. I know it's hard, you know what I mean? But let's try to get back to the peace, man. You know what I'm talking about? It's a new year, and I don't know, I'm glad I'm still here, man. Hope y'all have fun, you know what I'm talking about? Baby Cuz just still in this process of growing. You know what I'm talking about? I'm getting there. You know what I'm talking about? I love y'all, man, and we just gonna call this one muscle memory. You know what I'm talking about? Because before you could change anything on earth, bro, you're going to have to change the way you think. You got to change your perception of the way you see shit. You know what I'm talking about? Because if you sitting there and you processing shit like because a lot of us just process shit the way we think and the way we want shit to be. We'll see something, whether it's like that or not. We'll process it how we want that shit to fit in the way we want to run with it or however you know what I mean? But on some real shit, the way you think, that shit gonna play out in the streets, bro. It just is. The way you think, the shit you watch, the how you process information, all that shit, bro. That shit just gonna play out in the streets, man. You know what I'm talking about? So if you grown and you still processing shit like a juvenile, I got the same problem, man. You know what I'm talking about? I do. You know what I'm talking about? And that's what I'm trying to work on, you know what I'm talking about? Because I got some cold muscle memory, y'all, you know what I'm talking about? But all that shit ain't good, you know what I mean? But y'all be safe, man, you know what I'm talking about? Until you change the way you think, you ain't gonna change the way you act, you know what I'm talking about? So, that's all I about got to say on this New Year's, man, you know what I'm talking about? I love y'all. I'm glad we all made it. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to the ones who didn't, man. R.I.P. all the fallen. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to all my partners. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to all my enemies, man. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to the earth. You know what I'm talking about? We all here, ain't we? You know what I'm talking about? Fuck it, man. You know what I'm talking about? And I love y'all, man. And that's just it. Muscle memory, man. Muscle memory, man. Watch the way you think, man. And always remember, always, you know what I'm talking about? It don't cost nothing just to show a little bit of love, man. You change the way you think, you change the way you act.